Okay, so Genie Plus is the platform. Lightning lanes are the fast passes. You may have one per 120-minute period, or let's say, for example, you booked a lightning lane for Haunted Mansion at 9:30 a.m. The park opens at 9 a.m. You book this at 7 o'clock like everybody else. I suggest using time.gov to use the atomic clock and refresh right at the last, right when it's 6:59 and 58 seconds, and you'll get the earliest lightning lanes available for that. And then let's say you check into that lightning lane before 10 o'clock, because I don't recommend using your lightning lane the very first hour of the park. It's the deadest time in terms of attraction waits. So you're best served, like we did, going through Splash Mountain, a walk-on. Going through Haunted Mansion, a walk-on. Seven Dwarfs, not a walk-on, but pretty dang good at 45 minutes. This is going to be less, and normally we would have to pay for 45 minutes. I think we're going to get on in 40, maybe a touch less. I haven't really been paying attention to the time. But let's say you check into your Haunted Mansion. You do not have to, once you use a lightning lane, you do not have to wait the 2-hour thing. However, here's a heads up. In the more popular attractions, they will have 2 tap styles, and you will not be able to get a lightning lane through the first tap style. That happened to me at Small World the other day. Click Small World in, try to get a lightning lane, no bueno, until I go through the second one, which cleared it. Make sure you are tapping your Magic Band for everybody, including all kids, at all tap styles for the lightning lane of the attraction. Otherwise, you will get stuck and not be able to book a lightning lane if they do not clear, and you'll have to go to guest relations or go back to the attraction, which is very frustrating. So that's a heads up there. So now, if you wait every 2-hour period, you can book, or as we call it, stack as many lightning lanes as possible until you have to start using them. Here's the problem that I have with Genie Plus and lightning lanes in particular is you cannot change the time window, meaning you can't pick the time. Like, let's say you have a lunch reservation or a dinner reservation. You just have to hope that your lightning lane window is good and doesn't impact your dining. So what I do is I look for the rides, and this is institutional knowledge, and I should really make like a guide or something for this. Yeah. But my brain hurts. I'm sorry, Pete. This is like, you know what I should do? I should definitely save this whole entire talk. This will be my TED Talk, because I can go up to 10 minutes, and I'll just leave it and pin it as a Genie Plus guide. I think that's a good way, and you can refresh, come back to this, and then maybe I'll make it into like an infographic so it's easier for people to follow along as well. I'm a visual learner, so, and we only usually retain about 20% of audio. Anyway, moving forward. So,
focus.
Right.
Try to focus.
So you cannot modify. So what I like to do for the time range is go for the attractions that are the most popular. So for today, Jungle Cruise is the most challenging lightning lane to get here at Magic Kingdom because the new movie came out, as well as it has a very, very low load cycle. So that means capacity is low, the amount of people that it churns through in an hour. So as a result, it doesn't have a lot of lightning lane open availability per hour or per 60-minute time window. Then, right now, so for example, we have an 11:20 for Jungle Cruise. We are not going to be able to check into that until 5 minutes early, or you can check into your time range 15 minutes late. Otherwise, you will have to wait for that very specific time range. But that's a good way to shave off 5 minutes of time without having to ask a cast member to explain to them. But listen, if you're late to a lightning lane and you just explain the scenario, whether it's Disney transportation or a dining reservation or whatever, cast members on a case-by-case basis can make a decision whether or not they let you through. Most of the times they do. What else? So I like to book those time ranges for the most busy attractions possible. I'm good, thank you. For the most busy attractions possible so that I can start stacking times later in the day. So at 11 o'clock, even though we have an 11:20 for Jungle Cruise, I'm going to book something at 11 o'clock, which hopefully will be right around 11. That way we can just keep on booking same day with times and be able to re-ride things like, we already went on Splash, but we could go again if we want. We already rode Haunted Mansion. We could ride that again. We might need one for Pirates by the time we're out of here, but maybe not. I mean, we're moving and grooving pretty good. And then the last thing is we're going to talk about the Clack. And I have been able to stack up to 4 is the highest I've ever had, but you can get more. You can stack unlimited as long as you're doing the 2-hour window. So 2-hour window, 2-hour window, 2-hour window, 2-hour window. Probably the highest you can really get feasibly is 6 at a time. But it's funny, like when you stack and you're using standby lines, you can typically get like right around 3 o'clock, you'll have like 4 attractions you can go on back to back to back to back, which is fun. Especially if you take a midday break, which I recommend, especially if you have kids. Go enjoy the pool for an hour or two, decompress. They're overstimulated. Everyone's hot and bothered. Get some food, get in an adult bevy, do what you got to do to like be prepared for nighttime and fireworks. You don't want to miss these shows. They're so good. 45 minutes before a show is a good time if you want to get a really good view, but you can be up to 15 minutes before a show and still get a decent view. So don't stress if you're running late. But if you have strollers and stuff like that, it makes it more challenging to navigate because it gets very people-y in those areas. Oh man. Click Clack. Here we go on the Click Clack. The Click Clack is when you go from your selection of your party in a individual lightning lane, or not an individual lightning, any lightning lane, and you go from confirm party screen to the time range screen. And this is, you specifically want to use this if the time ranges are, for example, right now it's 9:56. And let's say I just used a lightning lane and we really want to go on Jungle Cruise, and there's only a Jungle Cruise for 9 o'clock tonight. We don't want to wait at 9 o'clock. We want to go before that. So what do? We are going to Click Clack. We're going to confirm our party, look at that 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock window, and we're going to go back to confirm party. Then go forward again to time range, and we're going to go Click Clack, Click Clack. Go in between confirm party, then to time range. Confirm party, time range. Confirm party, time range. You will do that for a long time, especially on really challenging attractions. But the only way to get a time slot is if somebody cancels a lightning lane, which people cancel lightning lanes all day. They want to get other attractions, and maybe the time range and window doesn't work out, or they have a dinner reservation or whatever. There's a multitude of reasons for why people will cancel. You're hoping that they cancel so you can get an earlier time. Also, try not to FOMO out. On really, really hard to get attractions, it's okay to FOMO out and scoop anything that you can get possible. But on... No problem. You coming through too, dude?
Oh, thank you, sir.
Gotcha, brother. No worries. Don't FOMO out. Keep Click Clacking. You will find a better time, especially for like big high capacity rides. So for example, like a Haunted Mansion. If I was only seeing 3 o'clocks right now, I would Click Clack until I got at least an 11 o'clock, which I know is going to be doable because they have a large amount of capacity, which means they have a large amount of lightning lanes, giving you access to that range if only one group has to cancel for you to be in there and get a nice deal. So there we go. My name is Kirk from WalrusCars.com. Follow me for the latest hacks, stacks, and fun facts, and you can enjoy theme park clothing like our premium bar stuff over at WalrusCars.com. There we go.